huge.
You know, when I first heard Bernie Sanders speak, it was probably 4 or 5 months ago. I don't remember where I was or what it was, but there was something about it that really stood out. And I thought about it for a while, and I watched more speeches, and I watched more things online and on YouTube. And I was thinking about it. I said, oh, what's that thing? What's that thing? What's that thing that Bernie Sanders has? And I was like, it's the truth. That's what that is. It's like, God, it's been so long since I've heard that from someone in that position. Just all the time, 100% authentic. I believe him. And that was so refreshing to me. And in that moment, I said, I have to do anything that I can to help this guy get elected. Anything that I can. We went out canvassing yesterday in Des Moines, my first time canvassing. Knocking on doors. Do anything. You know, it's so important. This election is so important. These ideas are so fresh. And they just make sense. You know, they make sense. And I'm not here to preach to you guys. I'm just here to tell you why I'm here. Why I'm here today. I'm here today the same reason that we're all in this auditorium today, and that's because of Bernie Sanders. And because we need the truth. And so this next song is, I guess, makes sense to play. It's it's called The Truth.
Well, I've been trying to relearn my name. It seems like 1,000 years I've been out of frame, and I surrender. The truth is it's what I've needed from you. 'Cause I've been floating within your walls of opinion, and I'm tired. I only want the truth. I have tried so hard not to be like them. I have found they don't ever say what they mean.
There is a truth, there is a light, and you can follow me there.
I've been searching for those directions, and I'm convinced the world does know what it means.
There is a hope for the hopeless, I can promise you that.
Yeah, well, I've been accosted, the jury's been partial, but I won't surrender to prove to you I won't lie. Under pressure of compromise. Yeah, well, an absolute measure won't change with opinion, no matter how hard you try. It's an immovable thing, just like the visions in your bed, when they're streaming in your head.
There's a truth, there is a light, and you can follow me there.
I've been searching for those directions, and I'm convinced the world doesn't know what it means.
There is a hope for the hopeless.
Now come back if you lead in my hand. The world is so broken, I'm tripping, my steps slipping, and I know why. I never thought that I'd be here. Well, a blinding call to prayer has touched my feet, like the call of the prophets. A purpose is needed before you know that you know. To never wonder what you are, and not forget where you've come from. Well, is it really love you've been speaking of? Oh, what'd you say? What'd you say? What'd you say? Tell me what you say. I said, that you need me, don't you? I have tried so hard not to be like them. I have found they don't ever say what they mean. There's a truth, there is a light. You can follow me there. I've been searching for those directions, and I'm convinced the world does know what it means. There is a hope for the hopeless.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, how you doing? That's Mark Foster from Foster the People. I'm looking at your comments here. What is it that Bernie Sanders has? The truth. It's the truth. He speaks the truth. He's the first politician to just speak the truth. I couldn't have said it better. Good to see you, everybody. Wow, so many people here. Brian and Class Ceiling and Zox and Dutch for Bernie and Anton Ski Vermont. Not for Sale Bernie 26. So many people. Cynical Girl. So, everybody's here. So good to see you all. What are we doing here? What are we going to do today? We are going to stay online and stream. I have the house to myself. It's me, the dog, 2 cats. Everybody's gone. And we're just going to stay online and we're going to play inspiring clips from Bernie and music from people in 99 and other clips of stuff that I have lined up. We're going to talk about the news in Iowa. And of course, our job here is to support Iowa. Our job is to let the world know that we are ready to make a change. Everything that's happening right now, guys, UK, yes, everything that's happening right now, I tell this to my wife, I tell this to James, I tell this to people in the store who look at me like I am batshit crazy. What's happening right now is history. This is monumental world history. And the history books 30, 40 years from now are going to record that we either succeeded or we're the reason our planet is dying, dead. I know we're going to succeed. I know that Iowa today is going to let the world know big time that we are here to succeed. That we are going to transform our planet, transform our nation, and then the world into a place we all want to live on together. We know we can do it. Bernie has faith in us. I was thinking about this before, and hey Hannah, hey Jay Atkinson, Robin Morris. Yes, you only go around once in life, Robin. Might as well tell the truth. Really? Was that a quote from Bernie? That's badass. That is awesome. That is awesome. And yes, you are all crazy. We are all the crazy ones. We are the crazy ones right now because that's what the establishment will say. The people that are too afraid to make this change, that's the difference. I wanted to say this earlier and I didn't say it earlier. The difference between the Hillary campaign and the Bernie campaign is that Bernie actually believes you are capable of doing this. Hillary does not. It's not about Bernie or Hillary. Hillary says, no, you are not capable. Bernie says, yes, you are completely capable. We are all completely capable. I don't know why anybody's telling you we're not. Look at the things we've done in the past. Michael Moore's endorsement of Bernie is just that. It's a beautiful listing of things that people said we weren't going to accomplish. You'll never get gay rights passed. You'll never get that agenda. You'll never go to the moon. You'll never beat Hitler with a crazy plan like D-Day. Yeah. All the naysayers are going to say that they're afraid of change, they're scared of change, or they're making out with the way the system is and they don't want things to change. But it really doesn't matter. Our planet's dying, folks. Our planet's dying, and we have to make a drastic paradigm shift. That is what this is about, is a paradigm shift in the way we think, the way we care for each other, the way we survive and live together. We should be a planet of abundance. The abundance exists. It's just in the hands of a very small few. It's just in the hands of a small few.
Our campaign, many of the pundits said, well, you know, Bernie, your hair is really nice, and we think you'll like it.
Cut it down. That's one of the other clips I have ready over here, and I got to figure out which one's running. It's the C-SPAN. Occasionally, they just start running. I have so many different things loaded up here. That was Bernie at Waterloo. And we had, if you didn't see the show from this morning, it really went well. I thought it did. I was very happy with the show this morning. Franz Whitfield was on. He was doing an interview from his car, and then we were talking about all sorts of stuff. It was great. Rick, I will begin now. Yes, David S., that was just a thing happening. Thank you, Jake. We do. This is. I want to find that full speech, and I want to play that speech. It's beautiful. We do these things not because they are easy, but because they are hard. JFK. Yes. You guys notice I haven't dropped many F-bombs today? I really feel like I got my fill-in for the week yesterday. I'm trying to be cautious on the F-bombs, just cause. I don't know. I don't know. But yes, that is it. We do these things because they are hard, and we are human beings. And we like the challenge. We want the challenge. We need the challenge. I think as a people we're bored. Let's do something besides fight each other and blow each other up and build more weapons of war. It's really not getting us anywhere. I really, truly expect us to be in the stars by now. I really had hoped that by the time I reach this age, we would be flying ships to other places. We would have discovered. And the thing is, we're right on this verge of technology today where we can't. We're right there. Had we poured all of our resources into science and education over the last 40 years, we would have colonized planets long ago instead of just beating the shit out of this one, right? So it's time to change that agenda. That was his Rice University speech. Yes, there were many, many birthday F-bombs. Many birthday F-bombs. It's okay, bad wolf time lady. Good to see you here. Hillary wouldn't have gone to the Hillary would not have gone to the moon because she would have told us we couldn't. And we don't need to go to the moon. Let's just try to put something in orbit. Maybe a satellite. You know, if we can just get a satellite up there, then we won't have to worry about the moon. Let the Russians go to the moon. We don't need to do that. That would have been Hillary's response, right, to go to the moon. Yeah, imagine what would have happened there. The love train. I can play that later. I will play that piece later. Dr. Cornel West's intro last night. That was so damn good. Yeah, it's so good. Whew, so good. It was really good. Thank you guys. Welcome back, Morgan, Sox, Brenda Brown, Brom. Oh, everybody's here. So there's a couple things. There's this Iowa. How are we going to find out? What are we going to do today? What are we going to focus on? We're going to focus on what's going on in Iowa and how to help Iowa. And here is I see Lou is popping in. It's like John needs help. He doesn't know what to do. We're gonna drop in on this map here. Okay. There's a link in the. I know there's a link in chat. I know I dropped the rundown or most of the rundown in. This is how we are reporting the results. As to when the results come in, it says right here. Results of the Iowa Democratic Party precinct caucuses will be released beginning at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, which will be 5:30 for me. So we have a ways to go today, right? I'm showing noon 15. We got 5 hours to go, friends. So we're going to sit here for 5 hours and rally for Iowa. We're going to play video. We're going to chat amongst each other. We're going to talk about things. We'll have guests pop in. Maybe we'll have feeds. If you know of any feeds, I forgot to say this. If you know of any feeds going on, whether it's from the Sanders campaign, because we don't know what happens there, never know. C-SPAN, somebody's got a Periscope, grab them, drop it to us, get them into our people who can get them into Slack for me, and we'll watch them together. The whole point of being here is to share what's happening for Bernie around the world, particularly in Iowa. If you're there and you're at a caucus or planning on caucus today, if you're doing canvassing this morning, if you're doing phone banking, you want to send us pictures, you want to give us a little clip of what's going on, show us the activity, please do that. Hashtag it with not me, us, and Bernie Strong, and we will look for those. We will get them in. That's how we source our media, because we can't get the media from corporate media. The establishment is not interested in showing you the truth. They just are not. Lou, do you want to talk about this at all? Did you have something to say about this map or anything you know going on in Iowa?
Oh, yeah, I wasn't going to jump in on the map, and quite frankly, I think you're doing fine, John. Sorry for jumping in and out right now. Guys, a couple things. Yeah, like he said, we are Bernie, hashtag Bernie Strong, hashtag not me, us. And the other thing that I just got notice of again, and I want to pull this up so I give everybody the correct address. It seems like we have moved into the next stage in Iowa, and all those wonderful campaign volunteers, all those people coming in from all the different states and bringing in their planes, trains, automobiles, and buses. Yeah. It looks like they brought all those vehicles in for a reason, and that reason is they are trying to get everybody that wants to get to caucus and may not have a ride. So we have a new address, berniesanders.com /rides Iowa. And if you go there and fill out the form, I will put that in the YouTube. If you go and fill out the form there, they will try to contact you as fast as possible and try to get something coordinated to you get picked up and get to the caucus and get your votes in. So, in fact, I just dropped the link in the YouTube chat, and it'll be coming up in just a second for you folks. Or you might be hearing this before the link comes up, so I'll repost in a second. Back to you, John.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Lou. That's really good to know. Now, I actually owe I apologize to the Bernie Taxi app group, and there was another one. There was a Bernie Ride application. There are applications out there to help people find taxis, help people find Uber drivers in Iowa, but this is another thing entirely. This is great. There's all these vehicles have been poured in, and it was berniesanders.com / what's the last piece of that, Lou? Was it Ride? Sorry, you're muted. That's all right. Doesn't matter. We got it in chat. You guys have it right now. Rides Iowa Caucus. I see that somebody's got the page up there. You dropped it in there. I see it, Lou. Rides Iowa Caucus. That's great. That's great, folks. This is important, and I'm going to bring this up. It's important just to touch on a story, and I was reading it earlier today, that it seems there's some confusion. I'm just going to call it some confusion amongst where to go. There's some stuff going on with people sending some emails out, some precinct captains from certain campaigns going to certain places. We're not sure what's going on there. So the point for Iowans is just know where you need to go, and if you need a ride, we will get you there. There are people pouring in from pouring in just to provide rides from Nebraska, I'm guessing, pouring in from everywhere. I mean, because you can be there and provide a ride. You're not going to, it's only Iowans can caucus for Bernie, right? And that's what's going on. Lou, I hear you pop back in. Do you want to clarify something? Am I saying something wrong here?
No, man. Hey, we got 5 hours to go, guys, until we get the first votes in. Yeah, there are folks pouring in from all states. In fact, one of my favorite guys woke me up this morning at 6:30 in the morning, and I was not going to wake you up because it would have been 4:30 your time, John. He's like, look what we got going on. And all of a sudden, he sends me some pictures. They got the light brigade lights going on the bridges. They got huge signs in Council Bluffs. And somebody else had a Bernie puppet out there on the side of the street at 6:30 this morning, waving to all the people going to work. Remember to caucus tonight. So this is just absolutely wonderful. The grassroots efforts and coordination that is flooding into that state to make sure that today is going to be a statement about love and unity, not hate.
Very nice. Very nice. Thanks, Lou. Thank you. Thank you. I apologize for the dog in the background, guys. Somebody maybe at my door, maybe not. I can't really answer it. I can't see. You'd think with all these cameras I'd be able to set something up, but we're just going to ignore it for now. We're going to run this little clip of John Nichols. This is courtesy of Scott Galindez, who is one of our road warriors, and Scott has started putting up everything on Vimeo, and we should be doing the same to help kind of protect it from the YouTube fiends. But this is there's nothing radical about Bernie's campaign. An interview that Scott grabbed. I don't know when he did this. It says 11 hours ago he uploaded this. So here we go, folks. Let's listen to what he has to say. Get the audio plugged in.
Can Bernie win?
Yeah. Can Bernie win? Well, that is the question that every single person in the room tonight asked. And the answer is, of course, he can win. The polling shows that he's running roughly even, a little bit behind, but really within the margin of error with Hillary Clinton going into the Iowa caucuses. The question is going to be entirely based on turnout. And if the turnout is over 200,000, maybe over 225,000, I cannot imagine that he would lose. If the turnout is lower, under 200,000, anything much lower than that, then I think there is a chance he could lose.
And if he does win, is his agenda too radical to get through?
There's nothing about Bernie Sanders' candidacy that is radical, except his proposal that our politics might actually change. That's the only radical thing about it. The fact of the matter is, if he was elected president of the United States, he talked about the actual agenda, he's proposing single-payer Medicare for all health care. Canada does that, most of Europe, it's a pretty functional thing, not that big a deal. He's proposing big investments in infrastructure and jobs programs. Well, that's what FDR did. I mean, hardly radical. He's proposing that we address the climate. It's not radical to do something that you must do, and we must do that. He's proposing that we maybe rethink some of our military approaches, and instead of constantly running around the world looking for some place to get in a new fight, that maybe we ought to stay home and fix up a few things here. Polling shows most Americans want that. So, can the agenda move forward? Absolutely. The question, though, is, of course, can you win that election? And can you get to power with a Congress that shares those views? That's the political revolution that Sanders talks about, and we will find out tomorrow whether that political revolution is possible. Because Iowa is going to send a very powerful signal one way or the other.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, there you go. And everything you had to say, pretty logical. There's nothing radical in what Bernie Sanders is saying. It's only radical to the establishment because it signifies a radical change in their ability to control our government. That's what's radical about everything that Bernie Sanders is offering, is that it's oriented towards the people. How radical, right? 154 plus, 170 by Celeste Toll. Thank you all for joining us today, right now. If you're wondering what's going on, this is not an official Bernie. We have no Bernie showing up today that we know of, so please don't think that's what's going on. If there are streams that happen to come by and you know of them and Bernie's on them and we can show them, I will run them. We cannot show any corporate feeds. What we're here to do is have a conversation with you. And as our audience grows today and we celebrate the excitement of what's happening in Iowa, we will show you the results as they come up on the Iowa poll chart that we have here. We're going to run videos, hopefully have some people come in and talk. We'll take your requests. If you want to, if there's some Bernie music or else you want to see crowd-supported stuff, as long as it's not monetized and not owned by a corporate entity, I'd be happy to play it. And I know there's tons of stuff that we can all share together. So that's what we're going to do here. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because we need to provide the loudest, most amplified voice we possibly can for Bernie Sanders around the world. The campaign has asked us to really pound social media. And so we are going to hit social media with this conversation that we have here. Even though I don't have the full chat, I don't have the comment moderation, we're not doing the full engagement broadcast like we would normally do. The conversation that we're having, this ongoing broadcast, is all semantically relevant to Bernie Sanders. And so it helps rank Bernie higher on the internet. Everything about him. It helps the internet know that this is what we're about. Hillary doesn't have anything like this going on. Hillary doesn't have anything close to this going on. She doesn't have a group of people. There's almost 200 of us now hanging out today. Almost 200 of us now hanging out, talking about Bernie Sanders on this live broadcast, watching videos, sharing this around the world. And that is the message we send to Iowa. We, the world, are with you today. We want you to take a stand with us for Bernie Sanders and let the establishment know that they are no longer in control of our government. They are no longer in control of our money that they squander on the military. 54% of your money goes to the military, and out of that, a small fraction goes to actually pay the troops, and the rest is spent on toys. Toys for war. And cash in people's pockets. That's basically where 54% of your hard-earned tax dollars. And then to piss you off even more, They give $110 billion worth of subsidies to companies like Exxon. Exxon, the Nazi Germany of the energy industry. I want that branded. I want Exxon to know that that is what they are. Because they have murdered this planet knowingly. They did it even though they'd done the science to find out they were destroying our planet 40 years ago. John Nichol makes mention of it. You know, it's not radical when you have a planet that's dying and you got to do something about it right now. Nothing radical about that. That's called prudent, intelligent, logical, smart. This planet will not be habitable in 40 years. Everybody laughs about that. But they don't understand that our ecosystem is now currently in a slow cascade failure. The oceans are failing. Our climate is getting radical, more drastic. It's only going to get worse, folks. I mean, how much more right does science need to be before we realize that climate change is an asteroid hurtling towards our planet, and we've only got a few years to fix it, to make a radical shift. We don't have 10 years. We don't have 20 years, like these weak policies that they're coming up with. Over the next 30 or 40 years, we'll slash things a little bit so that the fossil fuel industries can still suckle and make money off of us while destroying the planet. Fracking is going to continue. The methane leaks across the nation are going to continue. Obama's climate plan is shit. We need a drastic, radical change. We cut the cord on the fossil fuel industry. They need to be gone. Exxon should be liquidated. Those funds should be spent to build a renewable energy grid across the world. They owe us reparations. The CEOs of Exxon should be tried for crimes against humanity. There's nothing radical about fixing our planet before we're all dead. Nothing radical about that at all. What is radical is a company that chooses to knowingly harm the planet for 40 years. You know what else is radical? A government that knows this too and agrees to go along with the lie. And even more radical is 6 media corporations, giant media entities that choose to perpetuate the lies in collusion with the government and with the fossil fuel industry. That is radical as fuck. That's treasonous. That's crimes against humanity. Our government, our establishment government, did this on purpose to us and did it to make money, folks. They did it to make money. What a small, narrow-minded thing. They did it to make money at the expense of our children, at the expense of our environment, at the expense of our lives, at the expense of the planet. The planet. There is nothing that Bernie Sanders is doing that is radical. What's radical and what needs to be radical is our response to the establishment when they fight back. We need to be radical. We need to be radical. That's what's going on here. Got to take a break for us 1 second. I gotta load something else up here. We're gonna watch this. It's gonna be really cool. We're gonna listen to FDR talk about all of his radical policies. But I want to take 1 second here and just see what's going on in live production. 193 now. We now have a comment moderation. Really? We have a comment? Are you guys going to do comment moderation? I don't know how I'm going to run that through. What I think we may do if we want to do comments is I may load up this. You guys pick a Bernie speech. We can run a Bernie speech. We can run a clip of something a little longer, and then we can do comments. We can all chat while that. That's what I was figuring we do later today. But I want to run this clip. I want to get y'all fired up today. We're gonna. I'm fired up today. Damn it. I got a long way to go. We have a long way to go. Let's take a look and see what's going on in chat right here. Stop cursing, you. I don't cuss that much. I said 1 F-bomb. I've been really good today, haven't I, Lou?
Yeah, he's actually been freaking awesome since yesterday, man. But yesterday was his birthday, so he got 46 F-bombs in while he could, because that's his day. And hey, last night, don't blame him either. But guys, seriously, guys, what we need from all of you is not only to spread out, this stream or what we're doing here, which is nice and great, and don't get me wrong, but any information that we're relaying to you today, any links, any things that can help Iowa, that maybe you know somebody, or your dad maybe knows somebody, or your best friend's aunt lives in Iowa, please spread that information out as best as you possibly can, so that we have everybody on the same page, in the same plan, when they go to caucus tonight in T-minus 3 hours and 28 freaking minutes. That's how close we are, people. That's how close we are.
That's awesome.
We do this right now. We stand up and fight right now. Iowa, man, I'm telling you, I'm Nebraska born, Nebraska bred. When I die, I'll be Nebraska dead. I have been raised to say, go Big Red, and Iowa is over there. You win this one today, I become a Hawkeye fan, a Cyclone fan. Hey, the chat can vote on it tomorrow. The chat can vote on it tomorrow. I'll pick one of them.
Is that a big deal? I'm not much into the college ball. Is that a big deal to be switching sides like that?
Between Nebraska and Iowa, there is no love lost whatsoever.
Okay.
So Iowa.
Wait a minute. I want to make sure I understand this. So what you're telling me is that Bernie Sanders is so powerful. Bernie Sanders' message is so strong and so unified that it can pull Nebraska and Iowa football fans together to save the nation.
Yes, it can. What I'm telling you is Bernie Sanders himself is such a unifying force in our country that he is uniting black and white and brown and yellow and gay and straight and everybody. This is about unification. He has been preaching to us now for going on 6 months, and we all know it. It is, can we stand together, or do we fall apart? Let's see what happens today. I believe Iowans in their heart know the right plan and the right path. Let's see that FDR clip.
All right. Thank you. I got it loaded up. That was a great segue to it. But I got to say something to all these people in chat. First of all, thank you, everybody. I have not had such a great birthday in. This is the best fucking birthday ever, and that deserves an NF bomb. This is the best birthday ever. I've had more people say happy birthday to me. More people send me notes and messages that I am unable to respond to. I said this yesterday, but it's just been. I'm getting the love train here because you guys are sending me so many messages through all of the social channels and everywhere we got, and thank you. Thank you so much. That means so much to me that you acknowledge my birthday, that you're here with me, that we're chatting together. This is how we come together as a world, or this is one way to do it, and I'm so glad that it's working. It's just wonderful. So let's remember, this is about Iowa. We're pushing those hashtags. We're sharing memes. We're doing whatever we can for Iowans to help. Let's listen to what FDR had to say, because in his day, he had to fight the establishment too. He had to fight the naysayers. He had to fight those that didn't think it could be done. And here's what he had to say about it. Listen to this crowd. Listen to this crowd, folks, because you've heard a crowd like this before just recently. Just recently.
For nearly 4 years now, you have had an administration which, instead of twirling its thumbs, has rolled up its sleeves. And I can assure you that we will keep our sleeves rolled up. We had to struggle with the old enemies of peace, business and financial monopoly, speculation, reckless banking, class antagonism, sectionalism, war profiteering. They had begun to consider the government of the United States as a mere appendage to their own affairs. And we know now that government by organized money is just as dangerous as government by organized mob. Never before in all our history have these forces been so united against one candidate as they stand today. They are unanimous in their hate for me, and I welcome their hatred. I should like to have it said of my first administration that in it the forces of selfishness and of lust for power met their match. I should like to have it said, wait a minute, I should like to have it said of my second administration that in it these forces met their master.
That's FDR, folks. I don't know how many good quotes come out of that. There's my dog again. I have no idea why. Milo, be quiet. That's FDR. What did he say? He said something that we could use today. He said the same thing Bernie says today, right? We've learned that government by money is as bad as government by mob. And then his last line is beautiful. That's just so powerful. I welcome their hatred because my first administration showed them we were there, and the second one showed them who was their master. This is just, we are in the same place, folks. We are in the same place today. We are in the same place today. And you heard that crowd. The reason he was able to do what he did was because he had the people behind him. And let's not forget, FDR had polio. So let's not go around the health thing. The guy was 3 terms. We have that chance again with Bernie Sanders. That is what we're going to do, Iowa. That is what we're going to do. Yes, and I'm so sorry, Jeanette. Milo. My dog is Milo. He's a little Shih Tzu dog, and he barks just about anything that shows up across the street, and that's Dan and his neighbors, and yeah, maybe the mailman, but yeah, that's all. So apologize for that, guys. I'm reading your comments. That really hit me. That was wonderful. I gotta check on some things here. Pulling up some quotes. Nice. Yes. Hey, everybody. Thank you. Celeste, you coming in to save me to vamp while I pull up something else? No? Who's in here? Lou, is that you making noise?
Yeah, I'll make noise. No, go ahead, Celeste.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Go.
I'll go back to what I was doing. I'm getting the comment moderation document going so that John has something to try to figure out what to do with.
Yes, and thank you, Andrew. My apologies, FDR, sir, for 4 terms. You are absolutely right. Thank you, JR, for the happy birthday. Thank you, everybody, for the happy birthdays. I really appreciate that. Yeah, sorry. Whew.
Look,
all
folks.
Right. Yeah.
While you're setting up, look, folks. This is another shot. You know, this is. Those who forget their past are doomed to repeat it. We've forgotten for too long that we can actually stand up and be Bernie strong, if I'll steal that hashtag for the day. And it looks like that we are going to stand. I don't know. It's always been the plan, at least to some of us, you know, to actually decide that we have to take control, not from corporations just to take their money, but to take their influence over our government, which is influence on our everyday life. And we have so long been put into toil and strife, not for choices we make on a day-to-day basis, but for how little these corporations pay, not only into the system, but into our paychecks. We're in a new system where it is a government owned by the corporations. As FDR said, no better than being owned by the mobs. When all the scandals were going through the Eastern Seaboard and Chicago, and that's a whole story in itself and a whole nother show that frankly has nothing to do with the love train. But now those gangs, those mobs, are those top billionaires, are those top millionaires, and are those top corporations who feel that they could drop 25, 30, 50,000 up to $1 million, $2 million into somebody's bank account to say, hey, go win that race, and then when you come in first place, I'm going to want to talk to you in about a month or so. That's what we're fighting against. That's what Bernie's fighting against. That's why 3 million people have stood to fight with him, because he says, no, I'm not going to take money from those kinds of folks.
Exactly.
On to you, John.
Thank you. Thank you for the setup. Vamp Lou gave me time to put this piece up here. We just got a message. Pull this up. We just got a message from Aiden King. He's one of the guys running social media. He's a surrogate for the Sanders campaign, young gentleman there. And this is what Aiden has to say. Friends, the Iowa Caucus starts just a few hours. We are hosting one final social media day of action right now. That's why we're here, folks. This is what we're here to do, what we're here to help amplify, okay? Together, we can dismantle this corrupt political system. I just want to stop there. You can all read the rest, but you don't hear this kind of, you didn't hear this word, dismantle the corrupt political system. That's never been said in a previous political cycle, not like this. I mean, this is not a normal election, folks. We're calling the establishment corrupt. We're calling out corruption. Right? One vote at a time. Let's make a little bit of history today. We're going to make a big bunch of history today, folks. Show your support on social media with a message including Caucus for Bernie. So there's the hashtag they really want you to bust out right now, Caucus for Bernie. And be sure to retweet everything from @BernieSanders. If you need any inspiration as to what you should tweet out, visit bernie.to/caucus for Bernie. We will get those links and all of that, because I'm sure everybody else is getting out their emails. We will get that to you in the chat, and we need your help, world. We need your help blasting that hashtag. Let's rise that to the top. I don't know if you guys saw this. I'm pretty sure the Hillary campaign started the hashtag Stand with Hillary. Anybody know for sure that they were the ones that started that, or did we start that? I don't think we would start a hashtag called Stand with Hillary, because that would seem counterproductive. But they started this hashtag just to give you an idea of the command of the internet that the 99 have versus the establishment. They started the hashtag Stand with Hillary, and I watched it get overrun by lovely quotes on Twitter from the 99 about why that's just not a good idea. Or if you stand with Hillary, you also stand with Exxon and private prisons and this corporation and that corporation. And that's the truth, folks. If you stand with Bernie, you're right here with me. And with Nebraskans for Bernie, Lou, and with Celeste, and with Sean, you're right here with us. If you stand with Hillary Clinton, you're standing with Exxon and any other corporation you want to name. You're basically aligning yourself with the establishment, which may seem like the smart thing to do, but very soon that establishment is going to come down. It's going to come down. So don't stand with the establishment if you want to survive. That's what's happening this year, folks. Who popped in? Who wants to talk? I see somebody popping in to talk. What's going on?
Nope. I didn't pop in. I just... Sometimes you tell us to keep muted, and then sometimes you're like, don't stay muted because I'm free flying here and I might call you, and then I don't want to be stuck looking for videos and muted at the same time. So I was actually looking for the video of Bernie Sanders getting up on the House floor and calling out the top 10 largest tax dodgers in this country. Yes. Because who else is doing that? And I think that speaks to who we are supporting and why we're supporting him, because we're supporting a guy who is unafraid to call it as he sees it, and he's not going to sugarcoat it to us anymore. We've had a lot of shit sugarcoated to us, and we've been told that it's Cocoa Pebbles, okay, and we're supposed to eat it up and it's all going to be good. This guy is looking at us and saying, no. I know you know. I know in dark corners and across little tables, you guys have been discussing this for a long time. Let's bring it out in the open. Let's have these discussions right here in the open. Let's bring these truths to light, because when they are brought to the light, they shine bright, and we see that truth to power, it is finally that hour. To you, John.
Thank you. That was very nice.
Hey, John?
Yes, what's up, Celeste?
I'm going to go ahead and jump in. We had a really great request, and the reason why I say great, I'm a little sunburned out right now, so sorry about that, folks.
You and me both.
There's a really great video that Not For Sale Bernie 2016 asked you to play, and I went and grabbed the longer link version of that video. I've seen it several times. It's one of my favorites to watch.
Okay.
I think you will enjoy it. It's an old Charlie Chaplin clip.
Oh, all right. And it's good to play. It's okay to play. We're all right on that.
Let me double check on that.
Well, let me pull it up. Why don't you set it up for us? If there's anything else to say, and I'll pull it up here.
Well, if I set it up, it'll really kind of spoil the surprise. Needless to say, it's just a very old clip that was part of a movie that Charlie Chaplin made years and years and years ago.
Okay, I got it here. I see it here. We should be okay on this. All right, we'll run it. Just run the whole thing, huh? 438.
Yes.
All right. And this was who submitted this to us?
Not for Sale Bernie 2016.
Oh. Hey there. Thank you for that. Really, really appreciate that. Let's run this and see what it's like.
Sweet.
1 second.
The dictator of Tomania, the conqueror of Austerlitz, the future emperor of the world. Speak. I can't. You must. It's our only hope. I'm sorry. I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone. The good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful. But we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
I've never heard that. I saw somebody in there say mind blown. Yeah, mine too. Holy shit. Sounds a lot like Bernie. Sounds a lot like FDR. Sounds a lot like every great leader who understands that it's about more than themselves, that it's about everybody. Sounds like logic. Sounds like love. What? Where is that quote? Somebody has to make me. Hey, Steph, you were asking what you could make. You know what I need you to make? I need you to make a card for tomorrow that has Cornel West's quote. Justice is what love looks like in public. Justice for all of us, folks, is when we can love each other and work together in this country, across the nation, across the world, to make this place a place for all of us. And that's what great leaders really want. But they fight greedy people to do it. And we the people today need to make a stand. This is the day we make a stand. Iowa, you are first. Thank you. Thank you for being first. But it's your stand that the rest of us will move upon. We are ready. We are there for you, and we are going to take this country back. That was it's the greatest speech ever made, Charlie Chaplin. I'm guessing that's. I was looking at some of you guys' post comments there, talking about how this was one of his few talkies. Just amazing, just amazing. I see somebody say YouTube. Yeah.
Cynical
Look,
girl.
We're down.
No shit.
We're down.
I fucked us. God damn it.
It's
Son of a
got
bitch.
fucking 100,000 views on it. God motherfucker.
What
Hang
the
on.
fuck? I'm sorry.
It's not your fault, Les. It's you know. Let's see if it plays.
Well, if it's anything like yesterday, it's going to pop us for about 30 minutes.
This is really bad fucking timing. I have to go. My kids are going to be walking in the door.
Hey, Lou.
I'm sorry.
Happens.
Celeste, I put 2 videos up of Bernie going after tax dodgers when this comes back, and I'll be back on as soon as get them in, fed, snacks, homework, all that shit.
Okay, cool. Don't worry about it. You know, I figured it'll take about a half an hour like it did yesterday to, you know, clear this up. My bad. I'm sorry.
I saw somebody in the comments say, you know, this is exactly what fucking copyright does, is it kills free speech.
Yeah, and I caught another speech just because I've got that delay. I caught another comment in the chat that said, "Don't do it, you're going to get shut down." Fuck.
All right. I'm going to get out. I'll be back later. Tell him I'm sorry.
All right. Do what you got to do. We'll be here.
All right. Peace, guys. Hey, thank you.